Hey scientists, I hope that you're all doing well and that you're all staying safe. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about vision and eyesight. Have you ever had a friend, a parent, a grandparent, or even a sibling who wears glasses? We all know that when someone wears glasses, they need a little bit more help to see the world around them more clearly. But the thing is, a lot of kids don't know and a lot of people don't know exactly how the eyes work and why glasses are so helpful to help us see a lot clearer. So in today's video, we're going to talk all about the eyes. We're going to talk about how our eyes work. We're going to talk about glasses and how they help people who need a little bit more help to see things more clearly. And we're going to talk about some of the conditions that lead to someone needing glasses. Now, I'm gonna try my best not to make this boring. I'm gonna actually take you guys on a field trip. So we're gonna go outside so we can take a look at the different ways that people see the world. What do your eyes and this camera have in common? Your eyes actually work like a camera, pretty much in the same way. When you take a picture like this, you're looking through this peephole, right? So that you can see the image in front of you that you want to take a picture of. When you're taking a picture, the light will enter through this front glass, and then, if you take this apart, the light will then enter through this lens right here. So it'll first enter through this glass, and then it'll go through this lens, and then the light will follow its way into this camera, right? And so the light will enter here, and that's where the image that you're seeing in front of you is being focused, so that when you take a picture, it's not blurry, it's clear. Your eyes work in a very similar way, and I'm gonna show you exactly how. So let's take a look at this animation so that you can see a little bit how your eyes work just like a camera.
Whenever you look at something or someone, like the phone or computer that you are watching this video on, you are able to see the image because of light. The ability of light to enter your eye and focus allows you to see the world around you. And just like the camera that we looked at, light will first pass through this dome-shaped layer of the eye called the cornea. The cornea is like the window to your eye, allowing light to pass through. Next, the light will pass through the pupil. The pupil is that dark circle in the center of your eye that controls how much light enters your eye. To do this, the pupil will constrict, or get smaller, in daylight, and will dilate or get wider in dark rooms or at night. After the pupil, the light will pass through the lens. The lens is a very important part of your eye. And just like the lens of your favorite pair of glasses, the lens of the eye works to focus light on the back of your eye so that you can see a clear and sharp image. After the lens, the light will travel to the back of the eye where it is focused on the retina. The retina has these little things called photoreceptors that help you to detect both color and light. When light is perfectly focused on the fovea of your retina, you are able to see a clear and sharp image because of these photoreceptors. The two photoreceptors are called rods and cones. Rods help you to detect light, especially in dark rooms and at night, while cones help you to see color and create detailed images. Each part of your eye works together with your brain so that you can clearly see the world around you. So in many ways, your eyes are like your own built-in cameras.
So now you have a little bit more of an understanding of how the eye is supposed to work. Someone with normal vision will have light focus right onto their retina as soon as it enters their eyes, allowing them to see everything very clearly. But there are people like me, and maybe some people that you might know, who need to wear glasses to help correct their vision because the light isn't focusing on their retina in the way that it should. So to explain to you some of the reasons why people need to wear glasses, I'm gonna take you guys on a little bit of a field trip so that we can take a look at the different ways that people see the world who might be nearsighted, who might be farsighted, and some people who might have an astigmatism, which causes everything around them to be a little bit more blurry. So let's go.
In our first scenario, we're going to be looking at myopia, or nearsightedness. When someone is nearsighted, they have a difficult time seeing things that are further away from them. They can see things that are close to them, they can read books and see the words clearly, but they have a difficult time seeing things that are more in the distance. So in this frame, we can see a family standing in the distance. We can see maybe a man, a woman, and a child. But we have a little bit of a hard time seeing their faces so that we can properly identify who they might be. So when someone is nearsighted, they have a difficult time seeing things that are farther away. So they might have difficulty seeing the word stop on a stop sign or yield on a yield sign. Those words show up a little bit more blurry than they should, and so it's difficult for someone who's nearsighted to properly read a word that is distant from them or to identify people's faces who are farther away. So now, let's take a look at hyperopia, or farsightedness. When someone is farsighted, they have difficulty seeing things close to them clearly. A common cause for farsightedness is a shorter eyeball shape that causes light to be focused behind the retina instead of on the retina. So instead of seeing a clear image, someone who is farsighted will see a blurry image when reading the words in a book or when looking at images and text messages on their phones. They don't have much difficulty seeing things further away, but when it comes to things that are closer, they see things a little bit more blurry. So let's talk about astigmatisms. An astigmatism is when objects both near and far appear blurry. Usually, this is caused by an oddly shaped cornea or lens. So for this scenario, let's take a quick trip to a market scene in Kingston, Jamaica. Pretend that you are standing in the street with this view. The car to your left is closest to you, but as you can see, it's pretty blurry. Let's take a look at the fruit stand. It's hard to make out the words on the stand and to make out the features of the man walking by. While we can read the words school books and office supplies on the building, they are also blurry. So as you can see, objects both near and far are blurry when someone has an astigmatism. So by now, you might be asking, why do we wear glasses and how can they help us correct our vision? Glasses help people focus the light on their retina so that they can clearly see the world around them. The unique thing about glasses is that no two glasses are the same. They may have the same frames and design, but every person has a specific prescription for their unique eyes. So what you're seeing here is my first pair of glasses. I started wearing glasses when I was just 5 years old. And like many kids, I had no idea that my blurry and sometimes fuzzy vision was different than any other kids. Because I didn't know any better, I didn't know how to tell my parents that I had difficulty seeing the blackboard while the teacher was teaching. Now luckily, my parents noticed that I would squint my eyes to see things far away and took me to the eye doctor, which I went to very often as a kid. My eyes are very unique in that I am nearsighted in one eye and slightly farsighted in the other, a condition called antimetropia. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Lyndsay, we never talked about that. This condition is pretty rare, but like nearsightedness and farsightedness, it can be corrected with glasses or contacts. In fact, my glasses have one lens for farsightedness and one lens for nearsightedness. When I move each lens over the image of the eye, you can see that the left lens magnifies the image or makes it bigger. This is the farsighted lens, which is also known as a converging lens. Converging lenses are also found in magnifying glasses to help you see things at a larger scale and with more detail. Now, let's take a look at the right lens. You might notice that this lens doesn't really magnify the drawing of the eye. It looks pretty normal, right? That's because this is my nearsighted lens. It helps me see things far away or in the distance. This lens is called a diverging lens and is found in the glasses of people who are nearsighted. When light enters my eye, it passes through the lens of my glasses all the way to my retina so that the image is clear, sharp, and detailed. Hey scientists, so I hope that you guys learned something valuable in this video. We learned everything from about the eye, how it works, the different conditions that lead to maybe some people wearing glasses like myself. And we also learned a little bit more about why we need glasses and how glasses specifically help us to see more clearly. Vision and access to eye care are so important, especially for our youth. Did you know that children living in underserved communities with poor vision in both the United States and abroad are more likely to suffer from poor academic performance, are more likely to have difficulties learning, and are more likely to be mislabeled as unintelligent, unmotivated, and poor academic performers? This is why this lesson was especially important for me to share with all of you, because I remember being a kid and not realizing that my own vision could be drastically improved. I remember it affecting my learning and my quality of learning, and not having the language to express my own experiences, which is the story of so many children worldwide. When children have access to eye care and corrective glasses, they are able to perform as their best selves. However, many low-income communities both in the United States and abroad do not have access to such resources, which not only affects their quality of learning, but their day-to-day functionality and ultimately their futures. We want to make sure that our youth have all of the resources necessary to excel in every area of life. A child's access to eye care today can make the road to tomorrow that much brighter and that much clearer.